So, got a Twosun. It's I mean, not a great spinner. This is a TS237 Cascadia. It's a Wong and Matt Szymanski collaborations. Titanium, carbon fiber, 14C steel. And this is one that our channel friend Charlie was nice enough to open up his Twosun collection to the channel and allow me to purchase a few of his overstocked items. Because as some of us do, we, some of these we really like, so we pick up several. And so Charlie's been really cool with me and has allowed me to gain access to his overstock and make a few purchases of some very cool knives. And I believe this is one of those, so I'm kind of excited to get it out of here. This is an older model, I'm sure, that I don't think this is a watch and, kick back with a cold beverage and watch type deal, because I don't think, finding one of these is probably going to be really difficult. Charlie's got a bunch of unicorns and pretty cool stuff. So, yeah, look at this thing. It's pretty oily. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with this knife at all. Not even the tiniest little bit. It's a TS237. Let's get all that oily stuff off of it. How about this one? Let's use this towel right here. Looky. Front flipper, back flipper. It's got a ton of really cool milling on the scales. I mean, let's get this blade out of here. I'm going to move that box. We just want to look at this knife. It's got a decent amount of weight to it as well. All right, let's see it. Oop. Yeah. There it is. Wow. I mean, wowie. Look at this thing. So you can see the collaboration here now. You got Max's, or is it Matt? I think it's Matt. And then Wong Design, both of them on there in the 14C. It's got micro milling on the pocket clip, really fine. And then it's got this intentional milling on the titanium scale. Carbon fiber insert, frame lock. Lock up here looks to be, I don't know, 40% roughly. Let's run this knife a little bit. Oh, man, is this thing... Where was I when this came out? What was the model number again? 237. All right, here we go. Of course, the first time I run a top flipper like that, a front flipper, I try to be more aggressive because I don't want to, jam up my finger, but... Well, then we got this fuller here. Yep. Man, does that work nice. What about the Spidey flick one? Ooh. That hurts this finger so bad when I Spidey flick. I mean, I don't even know what to think about it. I think if I squeeze with the finger and then do it, yeah, see, that doesn't hurt if I go there. But if I leave that finger out there like that and sling that blade, somehow it's connected in here, man. And wow. Yeah, I'm trying to tape it to see if I can keep it immobile a little bit to try to get it to heal. I've been hoping it'd heal, but as time goes by, it doesn't appear to be getting better. So, of course, means I gotta go visit a medical professional and pay astronomical amounts of money. Yeah. I'm kind of always have been, grew up that way. If I can wrap electrical tape around a cut that needs stitches, I'd probably rather do that. But, growing up, man, I grew up in the middle of nowhere and we didn't have medical insurance and all that, so you figured it out. Yeah. Golly, this thing's nice. Very cool. Mm-hmm. This blade appears like it might have some staining on it, which wouldn't surprise me. That 14C, I mean, how long's that been in that bag? More than a minute, I'm sure of it. So I may pause the video and take it to the sink. Extremely hot water and Dawn dish soap. Now, another possibility in that process is get that blade really hot and then clean it with some WD-40. And when I say hot, I don't mean a flame, no more than like hot tap water, not even boiling water. And I've had pretty good success cleaning up stains on blades by doing that. Really nice recessed pocket clip. It's got 3 straight sides. I mean, keep that screw tight. That thing's going to be wonderful in there forever. No issues. Got quite a bit of milling underneath here. Trying to reduce weight. Got a lanyard pin. Nice sized bearings. Racetrack washers. Standard Twosun stuff. I mean, yeah, there's nothing out of line here. The action was such, I don't think I'm gonna bother with it. I think I'm good. I think the only thing here is I'm gonna clean it up. It's a little dirty. I mean, back in the day, Twosuns came kind of dirty in here, which, I mean, predicated me taking knives apart. It was part of it, oily and dirty, and it was really kind of my Twosun journey that got me started on all of it. I mean, I have, Benchmade knives and other manufacturers and stuff, and I don't think I was tearing them apart like on a regular basis, but I started pulling knives apart to clean them up and tune them, and, I started, I just mentally, I started thinking, well, if I bought a firearm, the first thing it would do is hit my bench, get disassembled, cleaned up. Look, here's a big reason why right here. Because I was finding stuff like this, and it's like, So I started taking them apart. And the more I took them apart, the more I realized that they're not hard to take apart. They're not hard to figure out the action and to maintain that. Was there a learning curve with some of that? I mean, there still is, man. Like, I take knives apart. I mean, if you watch the channel at all, you see me on a regular basis, the mistakes I make are numerous and frequent. I mean, watch this one to the end, and there's a good chance you'll see me, not do something right for sure. But anyways, yeah, so I mean, there's a learning curve. I'm not a knife smith, and to be honest, the stuff that I run into, I'm not sure that a knife smith wouldn't find themselves in the same predicament with some of this stuff as well. But, I mean, everything that I do with a knife, or that I know to do, or that I've figured out to do or not do, all stems from just taking them apart and figuring it out. You know, I didn't take no online course. You know what I mean? I'm not a knife maker's apprentice. What is this? There's some kind of goo on there. And I'll be honest, I think I'm going to clean that up. I don't know what it is, so I don't think I want to leave it there. I think I'm going to take the effort and the time to get that off of there, that corrosion. It almost looks like it's on the face of the steel liner here where it's meeting up with the blade as well. So yeah, I want to get that out. I think it's going to force me to grab it with my little pliers though. So I don't necessarily need to hesitate. What I'll do is I'll grab that little tab right there, get a grip, and try to wiggle that. It's starting to move, but ooh, is it locked in there? There we go. It was in there tight, man. Had a little bit of oil behind that scale, but I don't like see any corrosion in here or anything. But there's definitely something going on here. Let me see how tight I can get this. Yeah, there's something on that. And then maybe on the face here. I'm not sure. But I'm going to clean this up. And I think the way that I'm going to do it is, I mean, the difficult thing is it's got the detent ball right there. So, I may run that on abrasive. We'll see. I'm going to finish cleaning everything else though, and then we'll come back to that. Yeah, so, I mean, and of course, you know, I digress. The history of the channel, we're coming up on 2,000 subscribers, but the history of the channel was, you know, I sit here and do this by myself. You know, I buy a knife and bring it in. I sit here at this bench and I don't know, something just struck me. You know, maybe I should start my own YouTube channel. And because I enjoy watching knife videos, and I thought, well, I mean, it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm sitting here and I end up talking to myself like Leonard from Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, the finish is nice and the pieces fit wonderful. And the action is smooth. And of course, my family walk by and go, Dad, you need help. Should we be worried? Of course you should. You should be very worried. But, yeah, so I sit here talking to myself, and it was a byproduct of the channel. I mean, I guess I'm just a little reminiscing here in this video, but a byproduct of the channel is that, like right now, I'm talking, I'm still, factually, I'm still just talking to myself. But it's like I'm having a conversation. It's like I'm sharing it with somebody. You know, I got a couple of my buddies over, and I'm working on this, and they're as enthusiastic about knives as I am. They're interested in these pieces and parts, which is hard to find. I mean, out of all my friends, I don't think I have anybody really close that you know, it's sort of like music. I've equated it to music. You know, if you're a music lover or music buff or an audiophile or however you want to describe it, somebody comes within range and they go, oh, I see you got such and such album or whatever. And you're like, yeah, check it out. Well, if they're not at your level with that, I mean, at some point they're like, yeah, nice. You got anything cold to drink? You know, they just want to move on because they're not at the level that you are as far as interest or passionate about it. And you know, knives are kind of the same way, man. Trying to find somebody, you know, hook up. Well, So by doing the videos, what I figured out is that I kind of am sharing what I'm doing with like-minded people. People that also are passionate about knives and steel and carbon fiber and, you know, handling knives and the action of a knife, and you know what I mean. So, I mean, and that's kind of where it got its beginning. I filmed the first one, and I thought, okay, that was horrible. And but I took the advice of somebody that I watched that was kind of giving advice about starting a YouTube channel. And what they said was, man, don't overthink it. Just film it, post it, move on. There'll be the next video and the next video. You know, there'll always be another video. So just film it, move on. And so that's what I did. And then I filmed the next one and the next one. And I mean, honestly, if you're watching this and you're thinking about doing it, you should just do it. Just set up a camera and don't worry about perfect angles and perfect production. And I mean, I read that. Somebody giving advice if you wanted to start a YouTube channel. I read that and I took that advice 100%. And I rarely watch my videos back. Every now and then I do. I land on one and I just end up watching it. And, you know, honestly, I'm watching my own videos, learning stuff. I'm not really critiquing the video. I mean, I read that in the very beginning, not to critique it. Just post it. Film it and post it. Who cares? I mean, it's just one of many. And the more you do, the better you'll get at it, the more comfortable you get, the more you'll understand where you're headed and what you're trying to accomplish. And I found that to be absolutely true. The more I do these, the more comfortable they are, the easier it is to do it. But I also figured this out. It changed the way that I collect knives. Like, I bring a lot of knives into the channel now to just check them in, check them out, and then I purge them. And because I'm keeping the content going, I do a lot. And my struggle is not keeping them. Because like this knife, I really, really, really like this knife. But to be honest, I can't keep it because I've got an investment in knives, a certain amount that I need to turn that money over so I can continue to purchase knives and bring them in and check them out. And so that part of that's the hardest thing. Out of everything that I do, the hardest thing is to go through my knives and go, yep, gotta go. Yep, gotta go. Yep, gotta go. It's the hardest thing I do because I'm a hoarder. I don't want to let any of them go. This thing's giving me a tougher time than I thought. I'm going to pause and go to the sink. I'm going to clean this blade, and then I'm going to see if I can't scrub this clean at the sink. So it's going to be like that for you, and like, can I do it here? Like that, we'll be back. Okay. Well, I have no idea what that was on there, but I got it cleaned up pretty good. But man, was it an effort. I mean, that stuff did not want to come off of there. So it took quite a bit of work. You tell me, man. I don't know. I just know that I didn't want to leave it on there. And it almost like it flaked off. Like whatever it was. So anyways, got that cleaned up. And then this blade turned out wonderful. Yeah. It just needed a good hot bath. You know what I mean? I'm not a bath person. But hey, I want to finish my thought. So, I just want to inject. Hey, if you want to start a YouTube channel, man, if you'll subscribe and follow me and support me, I will 100% come and support you. And to be honest, even if you don't, I mean, I'm for you, man. If you want to get out there and, do a video and take a run at it, I mean, do it and share it with me. I'll share it with the channel. We'll come watch. I'll come watch. Absolutely will. And life's short, man. And so sometimes you just got to go for it. What's that movie? Are you going to go for it? Oh, Vacation. Yeah, old Griswold. Goofy. All right, well, I didn't get that in there very well. And it's cockeyed in there, so I'm going to have to take it out and try to get another perspective on it. Get it in there a little better. Might have to get my other pliers back. Oop. Nope. All right, let's see if I can get that right this time. Front first, I think. Might have to use my pliers to put it back because it is being difficult. It is fit so tight in there that it's going to force perfect alignment or it's not going to go. Well, again, I got the back end, but I need the front. I need the front down first, I think. Like so. There we go. Front down. Oh, come on. That corner's not in. Oh, I thought I had it. Yeah, so, I mean, man, I will be more than happy to tell you what I know, which I don't know way more than I know about doing this YouTube thing. I mean, I just plod through it like an idiot. I have no idea. I will say that the production time is the battle at this point. Like this video, I'm just doing what I like to do underneath the camera. It's all good for me, but it's the production time. You got to edit it, and then you got to upload it, and then there's quite a bit of production value that goes with that. Like you got to answer questions, and then anyways. So it's that back work that and of course it takes memory in your camera, and you got to manage all that, but I can't be encouraging enough to just say you just got to do it. Just do it. And I mean, oh, this thing's grabbing me. I'll be right back. Okay. Took pliers and a towel and all kinds of stuff, man, to get that back in there. But I got it. I pressed it back in there. Pivot's locked, so that's nice. It's locked from the other side. The correct side, though. Oh, this is the same size. Yeah. Pretty sure on this one, I'm going to have to put the carbon fiber back on. Yeah. Because to do that one, goes through the carbon fiber partially. yeah, so I mean, pretty cool knife. I'm excited. I'm getting excited to get this thing back together finally. It's got the old school titanium, just all sand, stone washed, tumbled. It's got internal stop pins built into the blade. Mm-mm-mm. I like this old school titanium. I'm a fan. You know, it's funny because anodization came along and hit the ground, and it was like everything had to be anodized. And it didn't take me long to go, I'm over that. Not a fan. Okay. Man, I've got a handful or more of these. There you go. What was I saying earlier? I mean, stay to the end. You'll see it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy. Idiot. There we go. I'm pretty sure that, and I've told my children this many times. I was about to, yeah. In a lot of cases, I do a great job. I mean, listen, sometimes you're really good at something, and I mean, it's not braggadocious to state a fact. You know what I mean? So, like, all the haters, just calm down, man, because I'm going to state a fact. I am an expert. I mean, a Rhodes Scholar, 10,000 hour expert on showing you how not to do it. Right? I mean, I will show you exactly how you shouldn't do stuff. I've been telling my kids that for years. Pay attention to me because whatever I do, that's what you're not supposed to be doing. And, you know, of course, the bigger things with my kids is you just got to decide, is it worth it? You know, because there's consequences and payment for everything, payment due for everything in life. I don't care what it is, man. You just got to decide, is it worth it? You're big enough to do it. Do whatever you're big enough to do. You're big enough to smart off to your mom? Well, then do it. You know, I mean, I will respect the fact that you made a big pants decision. Just make sure you're ready to pony up the consequences, the payment. Oh, come on. Look at this thing. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Okay. Holy schmoly, does that feel good. Wow. squeeze. Get this. Oh, come on. Man. This 14C, that satin finish. Pretty. I mean, I can see the spectrum of colors running through here. That heat treat. Wow. Man, let's call this action. Yeah, I can definitely fail it. I mean, I'm still going to give this pretty high marks. A minus. Yeah, definitely A. It is really good. This knife is a pleasure. It's just the detent maybe slightly weak. I could stiffen that detent up, I guess. And that would probably cure this. Yeah, look how fray we are. And there's not a lot of tension here. I probably could put a little tension on that and get this to function better. Which, I mean, it doesn't function bad. It's functioning well. I think I'm going to leave it. That conversation right there was just me thinking it through. I'm going to leave it. Let's talk about ergonomics. I'll call it A minus. Ergonomics. So very comfortable in the hand. Everything is fit and finished really nicely. Excellent jimping. I mean, just shy of combat jimping here. You dig your thumb in, you're in there, locked in. There's enough of a swoop here for me to say, not so confident grip, confident, very confident. This is right up here at a confident grip. I'm really locked in here. I can also definitely reverse grip. It's got a great platform for the thumb to cap that off. I mean, this is really locked in and powerful. And I mean, I could Pakal grip this. I could get a reverse. And, if it's me, if I'm stabbing down like this, I'd rather be this way than this way. I ain't digging this at all. So if it's me, I'd rather lock in here and come down like so. And that grip's on this knife. Let's check the pocket clip. I think it's going to be fine. I was looking at it a second ago. It's got great ramps in and out. Looks like it's got plenty of room. It widens up at the back here, so I think it's going to run just fine. Thick stuff, got to get it over it. Once it's over, I think it's going to do, yeah. Once it's over, it runs perfect. About a ½ inch, milled titanium, so you knew some was going to stick out. But yeah, it's about a ½ inch reveal. Really nice tension on there. Standard jean size material. I mean, it's pretty good grip. Could be a little stiffer. It's pretty good. I'm not going to say meh, but it could use a little tension on the pocket clip. I'm not going to put any on it. I'm going to leave it be because it's sprung pretty hard, but a little more tension would hold it. It's just smooth pocket clip, smooth titanium. So, I mean, it's not going to grip like a vise in the pocket. The fit and finish, the carbon fiber insert, everything is just, the transition from the carbon fiber to the titanium, if there's a ledge, you can barely feel it. Can definitely feel this milling. It's wonderful. What about safety? Yeah, so no contact with the blade through the back, and the tip is not exposed on the front here. So the clip's good, the tip's good, and I'm confident of putting this in my pocket and not having incidental blade contact. Yeah, pretty nice. I wonder if that blade's sharp. Let's check it. It sure looks sharp. Yeah, come on. I don't need any other test. I know that's sharp. I know it would shave the hair off my arm. It is sharp coming out of the box from the factory. Overall, Really slick knife, and I'm happy to get it into my collection. Absolutely. Normally I'd do price and availability here, but I can look at every source I can look, and I'm not going to find any of these. So this really was just an entertainment video. It's not a purchase video. However, you could set a search on eBay for the TS237, and if anybody ever lists one, it would send you an email, and that's what I would do if you're interested in one of these. The other thing you could do is you can go to Facebook to the Twosun collectors groups. There's 2 or 3, and you can put an in search of, post up, say, hey, I'm looking for a TS237 in titanium and carbon fiber, and somebody may have one. Charlie had an extra one and was nice enough to sell it to me. I mean, he charged me an arm and a leg for it. No, he didn't. He treated me really fairly, you know, mostly based on what these knives would have, you know, the ones that I picked up from him. He pretty much sold them to me for what I would have paid for them when they were released. Would it be reasonable to charge considerably more for this piece than, you know, let's say in the day when this knife was selling, it's a $70 knife. Let's say that. 14C, titanium, carbon fiber. Let's say at live auction, you know, in the day, this was selling for $70. Well, it wouldn't be unreasonable, in my opinion, to sell this for, you know, $150, $175, $200. Because where are you going to get one? If you're a Twosun collector and you want this knife, you're going to pay. Because they're not laying around, man. You're going to get it from another collector or somebody that picked up a bunch of these back in the day. Which, you know, there's guys that do that. So, yeah. TS237 Cascadia. It's a Wong and Matt Shemansky collaboration. There's their logo designs one more time. Pretty nice knife. I appreciate y'all going on a journey with me and listening to my rant. Appreciate you.